Hello everyone, welcome to my spoiler-free review of Longlegs and subscribers' second choice of movie Longlegs. So Longlegs is one of the most hyped horror movies of 2024 and one of the most successful horror movies of 2024. So now to Longlegs. So Longlegs is a horror movie directed by O.Z. Perkins, starring Nicolas Cage and Micah Monroe in the lead roles. So the movie is set in 1990s, wherein the FBI is tasked with the tracking down of serial killer Longlegs for killing multiple of families at the state of Oregon without being present at the scene. So, will the FBI capture the serial killer, that is Longlegs, or is Longlegs killing everybody at once, or is he being helped by his associates, or is there a copycat killer, is what forms the crux of this story. So before I share my thoughts, I would like to say a few things about this movie. This is one of those movies where I felt a little difficult to make a video on, because normally when I make a review about movie, it's like I try to speak both positives and negatives about a movie, but in this movie I really felt difficult because there is more negatives than positives about this movie. I know I'm a little odd man out in this point, because this movie is being praised a lot on the internet. It's even being compared to classic movies like Silence of the Lambs, Seven, and few other movies, you name it. But I really don't think this movie deserves to be compared. And again, this is just a one man's opinion. So now coming to the thoughts about this movie, as I've already said, and apologies guys because I'm keeping this video little, because there is mostly negatives about this movie. So my thoughts about this movie is mainly negative. I really didn't like this movie. So the things that I didn't like, the negatives about this movie, is the first negative point of this movie is the main character itself, the antagonist Longlegs, played by Nicolas Cage, because I feel the character is somewhat underdeveloped, the character is weak, and there is nothing much about this character, because they could have given a little more screen time for this character to develop, but unfortunately we don't get it. We don't see much of this character. The character is somewhat confusing, and I'm stressing the character is weak because you'll get to know if you watch this movie, because the story is built on this character. The title of this movie is built on this character, but when you watch this movie, you will know that it is not the case. So that's pretty much it. Like, the underdevelopment of this character is the first negative of this movie. And the second is the story. The pace of this movie is very slow. Like, I get it in horror movies, in serial killer movies, like they take a little time to get to the point, but in this movie they take a lot of time to get to the point. And this is one of those points where, like, normal audiences will definitely get bored of, like, they can't watch it. same thing happened with me. The pace is really slow. It's a slow burn story. And the next point is performances. The performances is somewhat lackluster, is all I can say, because the FBI agent played by Monroe, that is Micah Monroe, is it's always dull and it's always somewhat sad character, which didn't appeal to me. And Longlegs character is somewhat, Nicolas Cage has tried, but I think he has tried to mimic Joker played by the iconic Heath Ledger in the Dark Knight series. I think he has tried to mimic him, but he couldn't nail it. But he has tried the acting. And the next biggest flaw about this movie is the vibe of the movie and the story doesn't go hand in hand. The vibe of the movie is really good. It's dark, the BGM is good, everything is good, but the story doesn't match up to the vibe of the movie, and that is also one of the drawback of this movie. So yeah, as I've already said, like, there is so much negatives about this movie. I definitely don't recommend this movie to normal audiences, but if you like Nicolas Cage, if you like slow burn movies, I think it's definitely give it a try. But for me, this movie is disappointing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, thank you for voting this movie, guys. Second movie. Next video will be your choice movie will be coming out in few days. And if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. If you don't agree with whatever I've said, you can always comment. So with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. This is Vishwas. Thank you.